Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of First Look. And in this edition of First Look, I'll be doing First Look UFC 293 Adesanya versus Strickland. So Adesanya versus Strickland. First Look, is the theme and the pattern or how this video goes. I pick a couple fighters that upon my first look at this card stick out to me, like odds to fighters. So I'm going to do three this card. Two dogs, one clear favorite. But yeah, Adesanya versus Strickland. Yeah. So first fight that sticks out to me on this card. Well, not the first, but I'm just going in order. But yeah, the first fight I'm talking about of the three is Blood Diamond versus Charlie Radic. And you're gonna say, well, you're going Charlie Radic? I mean, everything leads is obvious. But actually Blood Diamond, he's plus 200. He's a dog in here. Even though I don't know where he's actually from, and I don't get too much of that stuff, but not even going off like home cooked decisions or anything like that. I think Blood Diamond could win this fight. I was actually watched his last fight for the first time, and I saw a lot of improvement in his grappling, a lot of improvement in his takedown defense, a lot of improvement in his striking, a lot of improvement in his approach. And honestly, I feel he won the fight. I don't feel like Cozy or whatever his name is did enough with the grappling. I feel Blood Diamond landed more significant strikes, and I feel like a lot of times the control time that he built up in that fight was like literally holding onto a leg for dear life. And he got a takedown that he did nothing with, and all the real damage was done by Blood Diamond. He super hurt him a lot in that end of that second round. It was supposed to finish him in the second round. So I felt he won that fight. And I see the improvement in who else did he lose to? He lost to Jeremiah Wells, who's a freak of nature, and actually has very underrated BJJ skills, and we're just out there tooling another high-level BJJ practitioner in his last fight up until he got submitted. So the guy's a problem for everyone. Jeremiah Wells, he's a freakish talent. It's not like he would win in there with some scrubs. He got shafted a little bit on the decision against Cozy, and he lost to Jeremiah Wells, who's a problem for everyone, even people probably in top 15, or probably 10 to 15. The top 10 and probably ain't too much of a concern, but they still gonna probably have issues with him because he's just that freakish of a talent and that strong and whatnot. So he can definitely be issues to them, but I think he could beat guys top 10 to top 15. Well, top 10 to 15. I think he could beat some of those guys potentially. I wouldn't say I would pick him, but I think he has a good chance. But top 10, I think he loses to all those people. Yeah. Well, 1 to 9. Well, I would say 1 to 10. Maybe 11 to 15. He has a chance. 1 to 10, he ain't beating those guys. Well, 1 to 9, 1 to 10, he not beating those guys. 11, 15, he has a chance for Jeremiah Wells. So, and you got to realize this guy only has like 6 fights in his MMA career, and he's evolving a lot. He's up there in age. He only has 6 fights, but he going up with Charlie Radic. Radic, like, he has the skills kind of, but his body doesn't fit his skills, I guess. I feel like he has, I'm not saying he has no bad shape. No, I feel like he's in decent shape. He looks, the part and whatnot. But some people look the part, but they're just not built Tonka tough, or they're not built for tough. I feel like he's not built for tough. Like I said, he has skills maybe of like a low-level UFC fighter, but he has the body of a regional scene black bar. So that's probably what he has, like durability, physicality of a black bar. And by a black bar, I mean on Wikipedia they ain't got no page, and like they're not even adult. They're an afterthought. Well, they're not even an afterthought. But anyway, yeah, Charlie Radic, I seem like he has the skills, but in the grappling department, I feel like Blood Diamond at plus 200. Also, in the city kickboxing's background, I feel like he's gonna have a lot of advantages. He's gonna come in, also coming in with his whole team there. I feel like he's gonna be motivated to do this one. I feel he won his last fight. And I think he stops this guy. I think he's gonna be able to defend the takedown as well. I think in the last fight, I think he actually had a really high takedown defense ratio, and I think it's only gonna be better. And I feel most takedowns he gave up were due to inexperience, not due to poor technique, and just not knowing what technique was being thrown at him. Because for the techniques that he did train, he used them phenomenally. But as far as wrestling takedowns, he was not, just from lack of experience. But yeah, a whole lot of talking. But you gotta also think, why is Charlie Radic being brought in here? Is he like actually such an amazing talent that really deserved to be? Not to say that he he don't deserve to be in the UFC. Could he be in the UFC? Or could he, does he deserve a shot at the UFC? I guess. But did he really shake the tables and like, oh, this guy gotta be in the UFC. That guy right there, he's UFC level. Put him in the UFC. He's not even close. But I guess where you probably people so high on him go because he does seem to have decent BJJ skills. But I'm not really too impressed with the guy. And I see the obvious that he's been brought in to give, I guess, Blood Diamond his best chance at getting a UFC victory. And they're also trying to, like, they're giving his best shot, but also trying to say, we're not trying to give you a win. We're not going to give you this low-level guy who got no wrestling, no grappling, that's just a striker, so you to win. We're going to give you a kind of a soft grappler type fighter who doesn't belong in the UFC, and give you a chance to show that your grappling and wrestling is up to point to defend that and then pick him apart and put away. And I think that's what he'll do. So at plus 200, I think he's a phenomenal value. Well, I'm going to say phenomenal. He's a good value. Not great, not phenomenal. He's a good value at plus 200 in this one. And I think he should win, and I think they're setting him up for him to win. And I think he should win in this, so you could probably put Blood Diamond in the distance to get it done. I just don't think Radic is all that durable. And also don't think, but anyway, Blood Diamond not really UFC level either. Well, he definitely not, but yeah, I'm just talking. So at that value, Blood Diamond is a good value. Great, no. Phenomenal, no. But good, I think he's a good value at plus 200. And I also think you could probably do that, money line him, and then also didn't do a props or 2 bets on him. I could just find like 20 words, but Blood Diamond money line, Blood Diamond KO, and yeah, so 2 different ones. And I think they'll both hit, to be honest. Next one is going to be Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj. And you might say, oh, aren't they in his backyard too? So why not pick Tyson Pedro? But I really wasn't even thinking about this one until I looked at his record recently. Well, yesterday. But yeah, Tyson Pedro, throughout all his years in the UFC, even the inactivity, he's looking at his record from this and that. All his wins are in the first round. And all his losses are beyond the first round. So all your wins are in the first round, and all your losses are beyond the first round. It seems like he has all the talent, all the skill, but seems to lack the will to win or the will to dig deep. So he could look good for the first round. Even last fight, he looked good the first round, but then just faded heavily the second, third. And I just think that's going to be a tendency of his. I don't think he's like, well, I'm just going to say this, but to try to wrap it up. I think right now Turkalj is like minus 105. Pedro's minus 115. So he's, Turkalj is the dog, slight dog, very slight dog. But to not talk a whole lot, Turkalj is a fighter that has shown to be durable. He has shown to be that, that annoying little brother, annoying Dee little sister or whatever. Not like he has shown to be that guy. Not too technical, not too talented, to be honest, but talented enough, tactical enough, and most importantly, very persistent. His persistence is his strength. Similar to another Swedish fighter who's fighting in Bellator right now. Like I said, not the most talented, not the most skilled, not the most this, not the most that, not really much anything, but it's persistent, is annoying, and can stay on top of you. And also could be a little bit dirty. Hit you in the back of the head, knee you in the nuts, poke you in the eye a little bit, and just stay on you and wear you down. And that's showing durability. He was able to tank Ibo Island and submit him. Ibo Island just had a big knockout on the Contender Series not too long ago, this year, a couple weeks ago. Big hitter, took his shots, and they was able to submit him. And who else he didn't beat? He lost to Petrino. Petrino's a big hitter. And, Petrino, seemed to be a guy that should be able to put him out, but he fought Petrino tooth and nail and came up short against Petrino. And it's not like he's going there with scrubs. Like, he's a decent fighter. Only guy who destroyed him was Jelton Almeida, and that was short nose. I think he fought him at heavyweight, and Jelton Almeida has been adjusted more to heavyweight, and obviously just a better talent and not no scrub at all. Jelton Almeida is an elite of the elite at heavyweight right now. Well, getting to the elite of the elite. He's just kind of on the cusp of that. Tyson Pedro has talent and skill, and probably if he wasn't such a choke artist, he probably could. I'm not gonna say he can be the elite, but I think he has the skill of a guy and potential of a guy who could be a top 10 fighter, but the lack of dig deep ability and the lack of will is gonna keep him at a guy that just another. He could have been this, he could have been that, he could have been a lot better, but just chokes. So I'm just saying, at not plus money, but at dog value, I think Turkalj is a good value. I think he's durable enough to drag Pedro out of the first round. That's really what I'm leaning to. Pedro's all his wins are in the first round, all his losses are beyond the first round. I think Turkalj is durable enough and skilled enough to be able to survive the first round and then be able to smother him and probably grind out a decision over him. But who knows? Maybe home cooking will get him a decision victory, and that will help him get over that hump, I guess, even if it's due to home cooking. But maybe decision's good here. Yeah, probably decision's probably good here. And Turkal's money line in overs and decisions is good here because maybe they still find a way to rob him. You know, he should probably get the decision or should get the decision. You can't count on home cooking because it's like the narrative is being written like he's good enough to get him out of the first round, but we are in your backyard, so we're gonna give it to you. You just gotta survive. Like, do your first round business, and you don't have to get the first round finish like you always do as far as in your wins, but just do just enough. Clearly lose it. You could clearly lose the fight, but we got you. You the hometown kid, and we gonna give you the decision like they gave whatever that girl name is, Norelli or whatever her name is, last week or 2 days ago or yesterday. But because now we're in your backyard, so we're gonna give you a decision. So now you can get over your decision hump, get over your first round, beyond the first round hump, and we're gonna give you a decision victory here. But yeah, so. But as far as who should actually win, not on no judging BS, I think Turkal should win. And I think, again, he's good enough to get him out of the first round, durable enough to get out of the first round, and he has actual track workers to do that. And also on Pedro's side, it's not just some reasoning, oh, he's only been fighting for 2 years and that track record could change. Like, this guy been fighting in the UFC for a long time. And, you know, he's been injured for a good bit and he returned, but even like I said, then in the past, same issue. And like his first 2 fights were over good fighters. Khalil Roundtree finished him. Paul Craig finished him. And then since then, he only has beaten scrubs since then. Like Safarberg, Safarov, yeah, a bunch of scrubs since then. So, yeah. I think Turkal has been fighting better competition. Again, durable enough to get out of that first round. And then be able to just outwork him, outgrind him, and that's what he does. So, beat him out of the city. So, that's looking like good value. So yeah, Turkal is the second one. The third one, the main event, Adesanya versus Strickland. Israel Adesanya versus Strickland. I just don't like Adesanya is like minus 600 right now. Probably gonna jump. Probably be like minus 1,000 on the fight night. And I think finish could be a good value. I'm not saying it's a great value. I think it's an okay value because Adesanya definitely be a guy that's out there just pot shotting your legs with leg kicks and is out there dancing and not finishing no one. And then Strickland goes to a decision. But I think the difference between Strickland and some other fighters that Adesanya, you know, skated around and beat to decisions, that Strickland not really a power puncher. And even if he did try, I don't think he's the heaviest hitter by, you know, that, all right, he's not too heavy of a hitter. Even when he fully commits to his punch, he's not too heavy of a hitter. And I don't think Adesanya going to be too worried about it. Obviously going to respect it, but he ain't going to be too worried about it. Like I say, against a guy like Cannonier, who obviously got that knockout power, or Paulo Costa. So against those guys, he's going to be a little bit more timid, a little bit tentative. Then you got Robert Whittaker, who's very technical. I mean, he finished Robert Whittaker the first time. Second time, Robert Whittaker's takedowns were, you know, Robert Whittaker's a very explosive, very technical guy. So you got to respect that a little bit more. But Strickland, he kind of is that guy that he's just there. And even his last fight, I'm not even going to remember that dude's name right now because it don't really matter if it's relevant. But a guy who clearly was hyped up for no reason was able to outland Strickland 2-1 in the first round. And Strickland just stayed in his face, waited till he get tired and finished him off. I think Adesanya is way better than that guy from the jump and for as long as the fight goes. So I feel like Adesanya could just put a clinic on him. Strickland's typically always flat-footed. Hands very low. I think Adesanya can catch him with hooks. I think Adesanya can stab him to the body with front kicks, chew his legs up because they flat. I think he's going to be a walking punching bag, just walking, trying to stay, you know, literally a walking punching bag, like, you know, a drill. You know how you drill and your coach or whatnot, or the mid holder is just walking backwards or walking towards you and you're hitting it. That's what's going to be like. Like, they're walking for you, walking towards you, boom, boom, cut angle. That's what's going to like. It's going to be Strickland face getting punched and his legs getting kicked. That's what's going to be like. Just walking forward, hands low, face on a silver platter. You know, maybe he's going to slip a little bit, roll a little bit. But I ain't going to play with it. He's going to let him roll with it and then roll him into something else. And it's really just be chewing him up. Or let him roll with it and then kick his leg out, put him on the mat. Like this, completely sweep his legs from underneath him. Yeah, that's don't see Strickland's path to victory here. Don't really got the knockout power. His cardio not really even great, to be honest. It might look like it's great, but it's just a guy that's trained a whole lot, does a lot of sparring, and just knows how to give just enough and just stay there. Like, you know, well, I look at, you know, how he ran on the treadmill, how he did stuff like that. It's not like, matter of fact, well, a lot of these guys, well, I'm talking too much, but all in all, I just don't really see his path to victory. I think Adesanya has been working a lot on his grappling. Strickland doesn't have the best takedown offense. Strickland's flat-footed out there a lot, and all he does is simply try to walk you down. I think Adesanya is more than capable of dealing with that, and I think he does get it done in the distance here. And but I think the money line at -600 is not a great value, but I think it's a pretty much just about. It's not a super lock, like, oh, everything's in place, but in my opinion, it's a lock. It's not a lock, like a triple, double XL lock, but it's a lock. Like, I just don't see Strickland's path to victory at all. So yeah, Adesanya -600, I think is great value. I think you can throw some parlays. I think you got the cash for it. You put the money line. I think your money be pretty safe there. And then yeah, I think your money be pretty safe there. And also put some parlays. And I think the KO or in the distance for Adesanya, I think it's an okay bet. And you probably get like -300 for that, -200 for that. So yeah, I think that's okay. I think, yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Well, let me, before I get off. So the three again to write the video off for people that are impatient. So the three are Adesanya -600, Turkalj -105, and Blood Diamond +200. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.